Eat it. Eat the pumpkin soup.
I said do not eat.
You mean pumpkin
Got
soup?
small amounts of detergent in it. My name is Eileen Brennan. I'm the hair and makeup designer on Wastelander Panda. Shooting up in the Flinders Ranges is quite tricky. It's quite, it's obviously very hot and you're out in location. It's obviously very beautiful, very rugged landscape, and it's got very recognisable different coloured dirt. So in some areas it's quite red, some areas it's quite brown. So one of the things that I wanted to make sure was that if we're shooting in a particular location, if an actor's got dirt on their face, it obviously matches the dirt on the ground. I would actually grab dirt and sanitise it, so I'd put it in a microwave at a really high heat to kill any bacteria that was through there, and then I'll actually apply it on the actors just through like a sieve, and that was a good way just to make sure that everything was cohesive. With the character of young Rose, my first discussions with Vic was that she is absolutely covered in blood, and the backstory was that she'd witnessed her family being slaughtered at a very close proximity. So for her makeup, wanted to really kind of give her different layers of blood. With the character of Old Rose, Vic really wanted her to be a little bit like a superhero, I suppose. I cut Mandala, the actor's hair, and the style that we ended up going for, it's quite an edgy, modern style, but we had a bit of a backstory as to how that hairstyle would have come about as well. It's really asymmetric and really textured. We thought that, maybe Rose had, her hair got caught in something one day, so she would just cut it off with a knife. I wanted her to look really feisty as well. The look for Edgar's family, when I had my first discussions with Vic, was to make them look, I suppose, as weathered as possible. The main thing for me was to make sure that their teeth looked really dirty. I just really wanted them to look like they had kind of layers of dirt over and over, very unkempt, to make them look scary. With the two sons, just to make them look a little bit uneasy, and then with Edgar in particular, just to make him look quite threatening and menacing. For all the extras on Wastelander Panda, which we had a whole lot of, I really wanted to make sure that they looked quite realistic. We did have a lot of extras on particular days, so on those days I had 4 or 5 additional makeup assistants on that day. We just didn't want people to have their hair to look like it was too coloured or styled. Dirty up their fingernails, make sure that their hands are really dirty up their face. We did do some prosthetic work on Wastelander Panda as well. There is a scene with one of the characters, Rusty, where we did a neck piece and attached a blood tube underneath it. This character gets stabbed, and when the knife is pulled out, I wanted there to be a gush of blood coming out. So put a bit of blood tubing underneath, painted it. When we're shooting, I'd be down hidden, out of view, and would then push the blood through.